Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking the video out today. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover here today. So before we get into these topics, do me a favor, if you do end up enjoying the video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like, really helps the videos a lot. And if you are new here to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. So the first topic we're talking about has to do with God of War Ragnarok once again, because we have an interesting situation that is occurring over on Twitter between Cory Barlog and David Jaffe. So on June 13th, David Jaffe said, "Remember that Sony insider pal who said that God of War Ragnarok 2022 was still on? Well, another Sony insider pal texted me today saying it's no longer locked in and the release date is to be determined. Maybe 2022, maybe not, 50-50 at this point." And then he goes on to say, man, when are they going to announce that date? So even, David Jaffe is wondering when Santa Monica is going to reveal the release date for God of War Ragnarok. And Cory Barlog actually came back to Twitter, and I think this is an important thing to take note of because he took an extended leave from Twitter, most likely for personal reasons. Can't blame him. It's always good to disconnect from time to time. And he came back, and this was one of the first things he replied to. He put a gif of Kratos kind of emerging from the shadows, and he said, wait, what? Now, I think the important thing to take note of here is the specific gif that Cory Barlog chose to use in this situation. He is choosing a gif of Kratos being in the shadows and emerging, and you can finally see him. I think this was done intentionally, a way to let the fan base know that we will be seeing God of War Ragnarok very soon. And I have no doubt when we do see it, again, we are going to get a release date. And I do feel that it is going to release in 2022. We did just recently get a report from Jason Schreier who says that internally, as of now, God of War Ragnarok is set to release November of this year. Maybe this is Cory Barlog's subtle way, or maybe not so subtle way, depending on how you take it, of kind of letting the fan base know, yeah, we're going to be seeing Kratos again very soon. So at this point, I'll leave it to you guys to make of this what you will. At the very least, it's nice to see Cory kind of interacting once again and, giving us some of those teases that he likes to do from time to time. But I'll be sure to keep you guys updated when we hear anything more. This is about as official as it's going to get as of right now when it comes to a God of War Ragnarok update. But moving on to the next topic, we are going to talk briefly once again about Kojima Productions because we have a bit of an update. I did discuss this during my live stream yesterday, but I know that not everybody is able to catch the live streams. I know that some people just prefer to watch the videos, and this is important enough that I wanted to be sure to cover it. Kojima Productions is letting everybody know that they still have a very good partnership with PlayStation. This is reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, where they say, we've heard rumblings about a Kojima Xbox deal for a while now, but an actual confirmation came during the Xbox Bethesda Showcase 2022 yesterday, leading to speculation that Kojima Productions and Sony Interactive Entertainment will part ways after Death Stranding 2. Not quite. The studio has confirmed that it will remain independent, as it always has been, and will continue to work with PlayStation. So the original tweet from Kojima Productions says, as an independent creative studio, Kojima Productions will continue pursuing work on creations for our fans. We will explore various possibilities with games, movies, and music through platforms that evolve with time and technology. We look forward to your continued support. And they quote tweeted that and followed it up by saying, after the announcement of our partnership with Microsoft using the cloud technology, many people have asked us about our collaboration with Sony Interactive Entertainment. Please be assured that we continue to have a very good partnership with PlayStation as well. The article continues by saying Kojima previously said that he was working on 2 projects, one of which is a full-fledged game while the other is a smaller experimental experience. It looks like his partnership with Xbox involves the latter, as it's a never-before-seen concept based on Microsoft's cloud technology. However, we still don't know if this is what the recently leaked horror game called Overdose is. We're obviously going to learn eventually what this Overdose game is, but just focusing on what Kojima Productions said here, I think it's nice that they let PlayStation fans know that, look, even though we are partnering with Microsoft and we're working on a game with them, it doesn't mean that they're not still partnered with PlayStation. It is unfortunate that there is seemingly some negative reaction to the Kojima Productions Xbox collaboration. I think that was always going to be a thing to some extent, but I think people need to try to be more understanding. I know that most are, but some aren't, that Kojima Productions is an independent studio and they are free to do whatever they like with whoever they like. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Kojima Productions working with PlayStation, Kojima Productions working with Xbox. There's no reason why we can't have both. There's no reason why the studio can't pursue both. And even though I'm not necessarily into cloud-based gaming and, PlayStation is my preferred platform, I'm still very much interested in what this project will end up being. It does sound pretty unique. I'm a big fan of Hideo Kojima's work, and so definitely looking forward to seeing more of it, but I'm also very much looking forward to seeing what else Kojima Productions may be working on with PlayStation. So assuming that PlayStation does have some type of show this year, it does make me wonder if Kojima Productions will also show up there as well. But there you go, that's the latest update I have for you regarding Kojima Productions. Next up, I want to talk briefly about Horizon Forbidden West. As we know, they released the big PlayStation 5 patch 1.16, which greatly enhanced the 60 FPS performance mode. But we just got a video from Digital Foundry breaking this down in depth, letting us know how substantial the improvement is and pretty much letting us know what Guerrilla actually did to the game. Now, I want to say before going over this that I did recently reinstall Horizon Forbidden West on my PS5 specifically to check out this performance mode update because I saw a lot of people talking about it and people were basically telling me, dude, this is a night and day difference. It's actually kind of insane. And they were going as far to say that the fidelity mode isn't even needed anymore. Now, this sounded a bit like an exaggeration to me, so I had to see it for myself, and I can confirm that after looking into it, after re-downloading this game and playing the newly updated performance mode, it is genuinely surprising just how much better it looks. It is legitimately a night and day difference, and I am very impressed that Guerrilla Games took the time to really rework this performance mode from the ground up, and that's why I'm highly recommending this Digital Foundry video, because they did actually reach out to Guerrilla Games, and Guerrilla explained the entire process. They explained what was wrong with the performance mode previously and what they had to do to fix it, and you can tell it was kind of a situation where they were maybe figuring out and learning as they were going, because if I'm not mistaken, this is like the first time I think they're really pushing for like a 60 FPS mode in any of their games. And so they seemingly figured it out, and I just had to really shine a light on this because I'm very impressed. So let me know down in the comments below if you tried out the newly updated performance mode in Horizon Forbidden West on PS5 and what you think of it. Next up, we're talking briefly about the PlayStation Classics that are on PlayStation Plus Premium. It's been confirmed that they are running at 60 Hertz, at least with North American versions. So the North American version of Sony's revamped PlayStation Plus service has gone live in the region, confirming several new games and NTSC versions of PS1 classics. This is what's being reported by VGC. It continues here saying, last month when the service launched in some Asian territories, it revealed that first-party PlayStation games being added to PS4 and PS5's revamped PS Plus catalog were the slower PAL 50 Hz versions. However, VGC has confirmed that North American users will get the NTSC versions. I'm putting the list up here of the North American PS1 emulated games, and the article finishes by saying Resident Evil Director's Cut hadn't been previously announced for inclusion in the service, and other titles known to be coming, such as the PSP game Resistance Retribution, are also missing. It's worth noting that this portion of the service is expected to be updated regularly. Only the first Siphon Filter game is included, despite all three entries being rated for inclusion at the same time. And so, yeah, I wanted to let you guys know about this because there's the big, North American launch of PlayStation Plus, Extra, and Premium. And I think that this is really good news that, a lot of people were worried about. They were thinking, if they're going to get the PAL 50 hertz versions, they're not even going to bother playing them. But it's nice to see that that's not the case. They're all running at 60 hertz. So let me know if you have upgraded your membership or subscribed to PlayStation Plus, Extra, and Premium, and let me know your thoughts on it. The next topic focuses on a game that was revealed during the Xbox Bethesda showcase that for a fact PlayStation fans are interested, but during the showcase, it made it seem like it was going to be a Microsoft exclusive game. It was the title Wolong Fallen Dynasty, and this is a game that's being developed by both the Nioh and Bloodborne producers, so it's a joint effort here. And again, people were kind of worried that, oh, I guess if I'm looking forward to this game on PlayStation, there's no point. It's not going to be releasing. It will be releasing on PlayStation. That has been confirmed. And so the description of the game is Wolong Fallen Dynasty follows the dramatic action-packed story of a nameless malicious soldier fighting for survival in a dark fantasy version of the later Han Dynasty where demons plague the three kingdoms. And again, I have to reiterate that this is a joint effort between the producers of Nioh and Bloodborne. So when you consider the popularity of both of those titles on the PlayStation platform, it's completely understandable why PlayStation fans were very much wondering if this was a game they could look forward to playing. Although this is a game that they did secure Xbox, that is, as a day one Game Pass title, so that's something to consider as well, and it's expected in early 2023. Now, the final topic I have for you talks about Resident Evil 4 Remake, as we got our first small glimpse of gameplay, and it reveals a pretty substantial change. So it says here, reading from Push Square, that during today's Capcom Showcase 2022 livestream, we were treated to a precious few frames of new Resident Evil 4 Remake gameplay. While it was really only a few seconds of unseen footage with some tone-setting developer commentary running throughout, one element of the gameplay stood out in particular. As spotted by IGN right after the 1 minute and 44 second mark, you can clearly see Leon aiming down sight on the sights of his gun and moving at the same time. Now, we understand that might not seem like a big deal to players more familiar with the Resident Evil remakes of recent years, but fans of the original RE4 will know that this is a pretty massive deal. In the original, you had to come to a complete stop before pulling out your weapon and focusing down the sights, and you couldn't even strafe with a weapon out. It added a lot of tension to gameplay as you had to pick the moment you would turn and fight with that in mind. So yeah, I wanted to let you guys know about this because I did seemingly not notice this. I was watching the gameplay and it just kind of didn't register in my mind that, wait a second, you can't do that. You're not supposed to be able to do that. This is Resident Evil 4, but as we know, this is a remake and they are changing quite a few things here. And this is one of those substantial changes that I think a lot of Resident Evil 4 fans are going to be very trepidatious regarding this, because this could make or break the entire game, because it is true that one of the things RE4 is known for is the fact that you couldn't move while shooting. Some people liked it, some people didn't, but one thing we can all agree on is it definitely added a big layer of tension. So I would assume now that you can move when playing as Leon and aiming down sights, there's going to be some other gameplay changes regarding the enemies and the way that they take you on that will probably, I guess, make up for that, right? And kind of fill that gap and add tension in a different way. That's my assumption, but I wanted to let you guys know about that. That's going to do it for this video, though. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Again, leave it a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.